Since taking office in January, President Trump has signed a slew of executive orders targeting several of the nation's top law firms. The executive actions are being challenged in court, with multiple judges deeming them unconstitutional. The firms on the receiving end of the president's pen are perceived to be adversaries of the administration. CBS News' Scott Pelley spoke to some attorneys who say these orders are a threat to the rule of law in the U.S. This happened on 60 Minutes.
The idea that the president would issue executive orders aimed at any either specific person or organization and stating that they're being punished because they're doing things that are politically disapproved by the people in power, that is completely unprecedented.
Joining us now from Washington is CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen. So, Jake, 9 law firms have settled with the White House, agreeing to give nearly $1 billion in legal services to causes that the firms and Trump support. How significant is that, according to the people 60 Minutes spoke with?
Well, it's really significant, Lindsay, because what you have is a handful of law firms. There have been 4 major ones who have sued so far, fighting actual executive orders that President Trump had signed targeting them. Some of them for people and attorneys who they had hired in the past. Many of those people actually don't even work at those law firms anymore. The other reason that these firms were targeted is for work that they have done on past investigations, either representing people who have looked into Trump or simply just been involved in some of these very high-profile and complex investigations, either into Trump's legal problems, businesses, or political goings-on. The real problem that really is described in the 60 Minutes piece and is its chilling effect that happens when these firms, these 9 firms, agree to something that hadn't actually been enforced on them, but just dangled over their head. And what we heard in this piece was really a lot of these firms went to the White House, met with President Trump at the same time, out of fear that if they didn't even show up to those meetings and didn't provide some kind of agreement on the spot, that they could be punished and targeted in one of these high-profile executive order signings. And the reality is, by providing pro bono work to the government, that's not necessarily bad. But by doing it and bending the knee in many ways to what President Trump wants, that could be potentially working on trade deals, right? So not so bad. But at the same time, it could also be working on deportation cases in favor of the government. It could be supplementing a lot of the work of the Department of Justice. There are really high-profile stakes here in terms of just what the Trump administration wants to do with these firms, basically holding a huge financial axe over their head by stopping their attorneys from operating in courtrooms, stopping attorneys from working in government buildings, and encouraging the private sector to basically cancel their contracts or legal agreements with these firms. So certainly a very high-profile piece, and something that, at least as of Friday, one judge said that the Trump administration's executive order targeting Perkins Coie, one of these law firms suing, was completely unconstitutional, violated 3 clauses of the Constitution, and she permanently barred the Department of Justice from enacting any of the clauses inside of it. Certainly more to come on these fronts. 2 big judge decisions are outstanding.
Jake Rosen, thanks so much.